I don't have, I don't have a police detail because I don't want that outside of my apartment door every day. That doesn't make me feel safe. That doesn't make me feel secure. Of course there are instances when we have our town halls, etc., but I don't want to live my life that way. People ask me, what does a world where we defund the police, where, defunding police looks like? I tell them it looks like a suburb. Politically, the most important thing that the world revolves around is school funding. People will uproot their entire lives. You will see people go nuts for school funding. A lot of wealthy areas, their PTAs add millions of dollars to school operating budgets. So these kids aren't subject to a school to prison pipeline. When teenagers go into high school in Westchester County, they don't get patted down. They don't have to go through metal detectors. And they have school counselors. There'll be 5, 6 school counselors. So of course this doesn't happen in suburbs. I would say this isn't reflective of the community. It's reflective of our policy.
AOC. Man, I swear to God, she thinks she's smarter than everybody. AOC thinks she's Socrates. She thinks whatever she says, nothing could go wrong. She knows everything.
Keep in mind, everything she's advocating for, it's never worked anywhere.
I don't even think anybody has ever tried this.
Because it's like common sense. It won't work. It's like common sense. She's advocating for this stuff.
But anyway, if I was a politician, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm working in the House of Representatives, like, you know what? I'm going to get rid of all the cops. It's going to make everything better. You know what I would say to myself, man? That is crazy. That's insane. What does a court system look without cops?
I mean, if you're going to defund the cops, AOC, right? Let's say you do this. You defund the cops.
Yeah.
What the hell you need judges for? Ain't nobody getting arrested.
Hey, while you're there, get rid of all the prisons. You ain't got no judge. You ain't got no cops. Ain't nobody getting arrested.
Ain't nobody to watch the inmates. You gotta let them go. You think they're just gonna walk around and take care of each other?
A court system with no cops. Hell.
Hey, you get rid of all of them.
Yeah.
You gotta get rid of the DMV.
Yeah. You don't need the DMV no more. You don't need driver's license. You don't need registration. You don't have to worry about that. It's no more cops.
That's the only reason why I have a driver's license and registration. Because if I get pulled over by the cops, if you don't have that, you're going to jail.
You know what, AOC?
I even get rid of my damn auto insurance. That shit's expensive.
You know what, AOC? I think this is a good idea. You're going to save me all kinds of money. Hey, AOC, have you ever thought about the fines that your city, the revenue they would lose from fines if you got rid of all the cops? Have you ever thought about that?
Let's concentrate on the most important thing.
The crime.
Gigi, think about the crime rates.
Think about it. There's crimes going unsolved. Rapes, murders.
That's with the cops. So I see what she's saying now. I get where she's coming from.
Yeah.
It's not the criminals. It's not the rapists. It's not the robbers. It's not the pedophiles. It's not the criminals.
Yeah.
It's the cops instigating all this. It's the cops' fault.
AOC, you're supposed to be a woman. If you get rid of all the cops, who is that going to affect the most? It's going to affect women and children, the most vulnerable people of our society. Yeah. No cops? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, y'all don't believe in the Second Amendment. Just the criminals go have the guns. Your district is going to turn into that Chad's Chop in Seattle. Yeah. That's what happens when you have no cops.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens. Your district is going to look like Somalia.
Think about it.
Your district is going to be a shithole.
Well, it's already a shithole.
Yeah, it does.
AOC.
It's going to look like a shithole after a nuclear bomb has been dropped.
That
crazy. Will be a travesty.
That is a radical idea to get rid of cops.
Okay, so she's going to take the money that they saved from defunding the police and they're going to give it to the schools. I believe in education for our kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Our schools need to be funded better. Yeah.
They do. But not by defunding the cops.
Are you crazy?
She's got this idea that once you give the schools more money, right, the kids in the inner cities, who don't live in the suburbs. Now you can fund the schools, and now you ain't got to go through these pat downs and metal detectors. Look, AOC, the suburbs, these kids actually have parents.
Yeah, majority of them do.
Have two parents in the household. Their parents come from a system where they have held themselves accountable. They're educated. They got married. They're raising their kids right. In the inner cities,
a lot of them don't even have parents. They got a brother, a sister, maybe a grandma.
You know why? Because the mama is a crack whore.
Their daddy is locked up. Or it took off.
Oh, yeah, they locked up for selling drugs or killing somebody. Look, I grew up with kids. They had the same opportunities I had. Black, just like me. The only difference is they made horrible decisions with their life. And they're all locked up. I remember I went to spend the weekend with one of them. Remember? He said, hey, man, I'm going to order some pizza. Domino's. I said, oh, great. I love pizza. He said, when they get here, we're going to be in the bushes. Well, I said, hold up. Come out the bushes. I said, y'all ain't got no money. When they get here, we're going to come out the bushes. I got this baseball bat. I'm going to crack his damn head over. You take the 2 large pepperoni pizzas.
I said, I have one. You take the other one.
I said, you know what? I'm going back home. My parents raised me better than this.
AOC,
kids are not gonna. People don't want to do right. You need law enforcement.
No cops. You know what I'm doing every weekend? I'm robbing a 7-Eleven. Hell, I'm gonna go rob a bank. Ain't no cops there.
They got all the money in there. Look at all that money in there. I'm gonna get me some money. I'm gonna rob the bank.
AOC, you assuming that everybody is good hearted as me or my brother or even you.
Everybody has that breaking point. We're all good to an extent.
AOC, there's such thing as evil in this world, man. You just think you get rid of the cops, everybody's going to start holding themselves accountable? Everybody's going to start making better decisions? No cops. I'm going to make more horrible decisions. Because that foundation, that mindset is messed up.
Without law and order, you have anarchy. Look what happened in Seattle when the cops left. If there's no law enforcement, if there's no law and order, you have anarchy and mayhem.
AOC, last time I checked, when I'm looking on TV at these rides, I don't see a bunch of men in blue ripping down statues, burning down Wendy's, and pulling people out of that truck, beating them up just because they're white.
I see that from your ordinary citizens, not cops.
I see it in your neighborhood from your constituents. But since when is the cops the bad guy? Because there's one bad cop, all cops are bad? No. You need to hold that cop, that person, responsible. You don't hold a whole demographic or a group of people just because of one bad apple.
Y'all preach tolerance and equality. When y'all don't even practice that, you judge each person individually. We're talking about defunding the cops because of a few bad cops. There's hundreds of thousands of cops in this country having good interactions with the public each and every day. Millions, hundreds of millions of interactions throughout the year. And we got like a handful of situations. Now you want to get rid of them.
AOC, this is the typical mindset of every liberal, every progressive nowadays. I don't even know why you call yourself liberal. You're not. You're leftist. You're crazy. Just because something doesn't work or something goes wrong in a particular situation, you want to do away with everything. Like, when are y'all going to start banning seatbelts? Because they always don't save your life. You always don't get the right medication when you go to the pharmacy. People die that way. You assuming everything has to be perfect. That will never happen.
Look, this is why this election is so important. Trump 2020.
Yeah! Go to officialhodgetwins.com and pick you out a patriotic t-shirt today. Hell, I'm even giving you 20% off. Just type in discount code Chinese virus. We call it Chinese because it's from China. We making t-shirts great again.